to buy your product, or it may rely on the economy as a whole. But for trading, it's on us. It's absolute self-accountability to make this work. It may take a lot of time, for example, 2 to 3 to 5 years for some people. After that, after you crawl your way out of the 5 years, you'll see that your money will compound.
Absolutely, bro. To yet another fresh episode. We have a special guest, another one added to the Mount Rushmore of payout stories. If you are tuning in right now for the first time, my name is Sir Hans Felix, trader, educator, interviewer, and live streamer for the Fortunes Funding platform. Been trading for quite some time, but this ain't about me today. Man, tell the people what they want to hear. Who is the handsome fella who looked like he does quantitative analysis before he catches a pip, man? Tell us who you are.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for having me, Hans, and thank you, Fortune Fundings, for this. My name is Oudomkitya. You may call me Kitya. I am a Cambodian national. I'm now in the UK pursuing my master's degree, and I've been trading for roughly a year and 4 months. Let's say a year and a half.
A year and a half. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Whew, okay, I'm ready to hear this one. So you are studying in the UK. Where in the UK are you?
I'm in Newcastle pursuing my master's in transport engineering.
Transport engineering. Wow. So I guess you got a lot to tell us about the future of flying cars coming soon, huh?
Probably.
Okay. I can definitely, hey man, while you studying, just make sure, you implement the quantitative calculations on how we could literally be trading while we drive, okay? Without getting into the car accident. Yeah, I don't want to send out on my trades when I do my little quick runs. If you can do that, bro, we gonna talk later, all right?
We gotta have some trading view on car dashboard.
Yeah. You can tell I'm already excited about that. So let's talk real quick, man. So what actually inspired you to start trading? Because you are in two different fields right now.
Mm-hmm. So I got firstly introduced to trading by one of my friends. He inspired me to do so. He sent me some courses, and first time I started trading, it was crypto. I deposited roughly about $100 into a trading account on crypto, tried to trade some crypto futures, and obviously the account is blown for a few times. Traders, beginners, and then after crypto, I lost some money. And then I started discovering Forex trading, especially prop firms. And I started my prop firm journey roughly from last year, October, until now. So it's been quite a long way to come.
Wow. So what made you go the evaluation firm route? Why is that?
You mean starting prop trading?
Yes.
Because I see a lot of unlimited upside potential. For example, you can get $10,000 account, $20,000 account for a few $100. And if you could pass their phases 1 and 2, you could, for example, earn 2 or 3% on the account and just get all your cash back. And I can see myself scaling up. For example, if I were able to make consistently 5% or 10% every month, so that I could scale up to, let's say, 100K account, 200K account, so that the upside is very unlimited.
Okay. Fair enough. And so currently you are traded with how much in virtual or simulated capital?
Right now I'm doing just 10K, and I'm using my payouts to reinvest in other smaller accounts, to get funded and then get some more payouts and then buy some more challenges and just compound.
So rinse and repeat.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely. So I want to ask you a quick question. You say you're from Cambodia, and so how did your parents feel when they started seeing that you took interest in trading?
Actually, I have not informed them about that yet. I plan to do so after, let's say, I get around 10K payout. Let's say, to show them that it's real, it's a career, that it's not just gambling. And after I could get consistent payout, let's say a few K, a few 10Ks every month, and then after that, I'll let them know what I'm doing. So right now, they only know that I'm studying.
Smart plan, bro. Smart plan. I see you trying to keep the parents hot off your trail. That's a
Yeah.
smart guy, right? Because man, when I first started trading, bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
It's in college, and I started thinking, man, look, so I don't really need this. I was like, yo, I just made $2,000 in class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this college stuff. It was definitely like, and then and then it's always something when it comes to speaking to the parents about what you're doing, and their
Absolutely.
opinion might affect how you feel about it, or it might bring some conflict. So I
Yes.
can definitely see where you're coming from because, bro, as you might imagine it, I'm not American, so I have foreign parents as well. So I remember, bro, like it was not easy. It was not easy at all until I started making some profits, and they're like, okay, maybe he's not wasting his time. Maybe he's not depressed. Maybe he isn't. Maybe he has a future after all in this thing.
Mhm.
And why do you think that is?
Probably they think trading is gambling, investing in stocks and cryptos is gambling. And obviously, I told my mom that I'm doing some side business that I have not made any profits from it now. And she kept telling me, don't do stock, don't do stock. So, yeah, I just say, I'll let you know what I'm doing when this plays out. Just
So
do
they're
that.
not gonna watch this YouTube video, are they?
No, no, they don't.
Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Mom, if you're watching this in the near future, we just want to say we've been doing this for quite a while, and I hope you are proud of us at this point. And stock trading and investing is actually pretty good to do. We just have to risk what we can afford to lose.
Sure.
And we love you. I hope you can still
Okay.
watch this video with an open smile. Right? You have anything you want to tell these people before they disown you out the house?
Nah, maybe nothing much. Just I know 100% that I'll be profitable next year. So
That's
this
what I want to
this
hear.
one is just a starting step. A few payouts just to show me that this is real, and then I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, just being consistent, not trying to play and deviate from my trading plan too much because it costs a lot of money to do that. I just try to keep being consistent. Just make 3 to 5% a month. It's a lot of money already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And bro, if you don't mind me getting into some of the cultural things of our foreign parents, and this is definitely good substance to talk about because these and our industries and our societal norms can be outside of the routes and the plan that our parents had thought that their kids would dive into. But let's be honest, bro, we weren't dealing drugs. There could have
Mm,
been worse things that could have been choices of ours, right? And
yeah.
let's just be honest, man. This gives you a lot of business mindset that most of our parents maybe did not start off doing. Maybe they came from humble backgrounds where hard work and saving was more of their conservative approach to financial strategies, right? So, and the most important thing is too, this skill set not only ensures that we have a freeing mindset of the relationship we have with money. And if we go back to our home countries, the types of profit potential that can be achieved through trading can feed a whole entire month or year salary. Am I right?
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's absolutely correct.
Right. So when we're looking at this in a different light, there's nothing wrong with what we're doing. And if somebody's watching this right now at your age or younger and feeling inspired, you should be because what we're doing is not illegal. And sometimes blessings or no blessings, we have to take bold
Mm,
leaps to break out of the normal barriers that our families have set for us. And we have chosen to be the ones that break out and decide to follow the path that most people would not be as courageous enough to actually pursue. Am I
yes.
right? in
That's
all
right.
with you here, bro, because I know this is a sensitive point for people who are starting trading or considering trading, and they come from families where they literally cannot even have this conversation with their parents, and they're in their room secretly trading like they're dealing drugs. It's ridiculous.
Yes, I got your point.
Yeah, bro. And meanwhile, as a trader, and I think it's just the way people think about it. I've known friends that landed jobs with hedge funds at Wall Street and big like banks, with quantitative, financial analysis and being like top traders for their banks in countries like Japan and China. Like it literally is a fast crash course into diving into the financial world. That's a
Yes,
big thing, bro. The thing that we so choose to have a taboo relationship with in many of our cultures is the very thing that is usually the end result of the divisiveness between families. And the bottom line is like the common denominator of most familial problems is money.
mm,
So it is very, very sensitive, but we have to talk about these things in order to heal. Sometimes that impacts our trading abilities because we feel so fearful when we lose money. Like we feel guilty for investing and taking risks. But you cannot go anywhere without taking risks at the same time. Would you agree?
yes, yes, that's right. Everything is risk. Doing physical business is risk. It's always risk. So I prefer taking risk that I have absolutely control on my own. For example, if you were to open a physical business, for example, the business may rely on customers to buy your product, or it may rely on the economy as a whole. But for trading, it's on us. It's absolute self accountability to make this work. And it may seem that it may take a lot of time, for example, 2 to 3 to 5 years for some people. But the after that, after you crawl your way out of the 5 years or 3 years, you'll see that your money will compound.
Absolutely, bro. So what type of pressure does that put for you, and what type of awareness does that create when you're trading as somebody who I'm pretty sure you are very meticulous about your risk management.
For trading, I look at it as a long term game. I don't expect to earn money in the first year or the second year, but luckily I got it, like the first
Mhm.
payout in a year and a half. I tend to,
Congratulations.
thank you very much. I tend to play the long game, and in terms of um, risk management, I absolutely have no problem with risk management. I am always consistent with my risk, either 0.5 or 1%, and I always try to preserve my capital. Yes, that's the main goal.
Well,
And
good.
I have a community of traders around me for 10 to 15 people that I and my friends have collected, and we share experience to one another. And one thing I learned and I try to share with them is that to see your profit, first of all, is that you need to cut out all the bad trades, and then learn to preserve your capital by going break even or trading your stop loss. If you do that two things correctly, you'll see your profit grow, and then after that, you can start focusing on your win rate after that.
Well said, bro. Well said. And let me just say, bro, you are the first trader from Cambodian backgrounds to be able get a to get an interview with Fortune's Funding. So, bro, one time for the one time for your people, one time for the one time for Cambodia, bro. I'm pretty sure like you can send this back to your community of traders that hold you accountable. Be like, yo, bro, we made
We
it.
made it.
Yeah, bro. I know it feels good because sometimes, man, like our communities are the people that we become family with. Like we get
Yes.
to share certain things that we couldn't even tell like our closest siblings, without being judged. Isn't that
Mhm.
crazy?
Yes, we share a lot of personal stuff, and we share a lot of motivational quotes and words to one another, try to push each other to their highest potential. We always share trade ideas. We used to have a lot of meetings and live trading together,
Yeah.
and we just help one another grow. And we also share our journals as well, so each another one of us can look into the other person's journal and try to keep them accountable for their actions.
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. And so, what uh, what is your favorite pair to trade, and like, what has been like your worst situation on the charts this year that you've learned from?
So this year, I absolutely have learned a lot, and I tried a bunch of different strategies. I've tried to trade indices, tried to trade forex, and I tried to trade commodities. Right now, I'm stuck with scalp trading, just in
Okay.
session, in just in New York session only. I've tried to keep my eyes off the charts before and after the session because I don't want to be tempted to trade out of the session. So I only open the chart in session. So mostly my trading style right now is only focused on US major pairs, which are Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CAD, and USD CHF. So because
Damn, no
in
love for USDJPY.
I think because these four pairs they all in the London and New York cross section.
Yes.
So probably there's a lot of volume. Apart from USD JPY is a Japanese pair, so it it doesn't overlap with either New York or London. So I
Yes.
prefer only to take trades that the two session overlaps. There's a lot of liquidity between them.
Well said. Very well answered. Very well answered. So, if you were to rate them from 1 to 5, where would you place GU, EU? Like how would you rate those pairs?
I think USD CAD is the most consistent pair of all, because it starts this Canadian time and New York time start together, and I think they are most consistent with one another. I think EU is very tricky to trade right now in this current market condition. It used to be very easy back in July and August,
Yes, that
and
is true.
then and
Things
then I
just went crazy.
yes, this past couple of months have been crazy,
Yeah.
and then probably GU and USD CHF. Then that's it. I'm trying to stick only to that four pairs only.
Okay. Wow. You know, I'm surprised you said UCAD over GU. I was like, wow, okay, interesting, interesting. So your
Yeah.
most profitable pair is UCAD, in your opinion.
Yeah, probably I see UCAT. It plays out very quickly and very consistently with the session in New York session.
Okay, I would
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I kicked UCAD off my list a few months ago, honestly, but
Oh.
I'll add it back real quick just for the conversation that we're having here.
Oh.
So why do you feel like UCAT had pretty much matched your trading style of scalping? So, like, tell me a bit of your strategy. You don't have to tell us everything, but uh, what's a typical go-to setup for you?
Mostly I take trades from 2 to 4 p.m. London time, which is I think
Okay.
is 9 to 11 New York time. So
Okay. All right.
only this is my 2 hour trade window,
All
and I do a 30-minute analysis before the market open. So that's what I do. So I try to identify an area of supply and demand from
right.
the previous session, which is pre-New York, and probably most likely New York is going mostly is going to respect pre-New York or pre-New York demand or supply. So I mostly trade based on that, and I also identify the higher time frame direction as well, along with support and resistance, and trying to add some more confluences as much as possible and as simple as possible as well.
Okay. Well, it definitely seems like UCAT is respecting pretty good structure. I'm not gonna lie. I think around November, I just was a little torn between what the dollar and the Canadian was going to do. The reason why is like we went into like a crazy bullish run for USD CAD, and
Yeah.
then it got to a point where like I wasn't sure if we're gonna keep buying or not. But looking back at it now, since I haven't looked at UCAD in such a long time, it
Mhm.
seems like we did reach like supply zones from last October of 2012, and then from there, on the first week of November, we pretty much changed character, broke structure, and failure swung on the second week of November, which is November 13th. And then from there, they spent the end of the month in November just selling for about 300
Yes, and selling.
to the demand zone in September. And then so now price is pretty much just like bouncing off of daily demand. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, cool. So what's your bias for the end of this month then for USD CAD? My
Let
bias is already bullish. I don't know about you.
let me go quick into the daily chart because I mostly see it. If it reacts from the daily chart, mostly I'll be buying as well. Just be
Absolutely. If you want to share your screen, we can do that for the next 2 or 3 minutes. This is one
all
of the segments I like to have too with traders, where we get to like actually see how your charts look like and all that.
right. Okay, okay, that's great.
All right, share your screen. I'm ready to
Oh,
see.
okay. Let me try to share my.
This is a good setup, though. Beautiful setup.
So you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir. I'm looking at your screen right now.
So these are the top pairs that I'm trading. I used to trade gold, but these past few months it's been slashing my stop loss. What I don't understand what it's doing, so I skipped gold for 2 or 3 months already. So I only focus on these four pairs.
Okay.
Yeah, only.
Oh yeah, I see you caught GU all week this week, huh?
Yeah, and this is
Same
just my
here.
journal, a bit of my journal trades that I missed. I put in my journal to see what could I have done to catch all these trades and how to manage my risk. So I put all these in my journal,
Nice. Very
and sometimes I try to predict where the market is going, but I couldn't get an entry because there's no entry confirmation according to my trading plan. For example, let's say EU for today, it's played out perfectly. So what I usually do is that I go to the higher time frame. Let's say it's the daily. So I see it's reacting from the daily supply. So it may target the daily demand or at least to balance this range.
right.
So and then that's my narrative. And then I go to H4 and then I then go to a lower and lower time frame to see for my confirmation. So I think EU is pretty clean. If you go to the H1 time frame, you can easily identify an area of support and resistance, and you can absolutely take trades from these areas if it lines up in the session. So I think this is a very beautiful structure. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch this trade because I was focusing on USD CHF today. So for today's session, it's very interesting. So I use a session based indicator to see which one is London, New York, pre New York, and so on. And so I see an area of supply here, but this one is too obvious. It
right.
came from an Asian range and it's too obvious. And I see this gap right here. If you go to the H1 time frame, I see this gap that may need to be filled. This gap, this until this.
Right.
Yeah. So and then I anticipated that I wouldn't want to sell from this area because it's very obvious and I don't think there's any very big liquidity grab for me to enter. So my plan was that if it were to tap into this area to balance this range and it gives me a confirmation, I would take this trade. But it gave me a confirmation, it gave me a change of character right here. But if I were to enter this trade, I would have gone break even and my break even would get tapped because it's quite consolidating and the market just plays out and in the afternoon New York session. So if I were to take this trade, I would have gotten BE break even. So
Right. Right.
yeah, this is my typical setup for the day. I try to look at a higher time frame to see which area of supply or demand it's reaching or it's reacting from. And then I go into pre-New York session to see what is it doing. Is it rebalancing range and so on. So all these are my confluences into taking trades.
Well done. I'm surprised you didn't go looking at USD CAD while you were showing me the screen.
USD CAD.
Yeah.
So I'm not trading USD CAD today. It's not showing any good setup today. Since it shows contradicting signals. It
Right.
shows buy from the daily demand, but I cannot see any entry confirmation from the lower time frame, at least according to my plan. So I did not trade this pair today.
Okay, let me give you a fresh perspective. What
Yes,
week are we in fundamentally?
it's first week,
Yeah,
NFP week.
right. So
Yeah.
of course the week looks like this, right?
Yes.
However, this quick little price action today pretty much gives us break of structure. And the next piece is just going to be a failure swing of the demand from either today
Mm-hmm.
or the week, as price will grab that liquidity
Yeah.
on Friday and more than likely start the continuation to the upside, since we are already looking at USD CAD and it's giving us nothing but bullish vibes. We see a 4 hour breaker structure. We see this
Yeah.
4 hour breaker block retracement where you have
Mm-hmm.
demand areas. So, the rendezvous is definitely at the 4 hour high of the previous week, most likely. And I'm sure if there's more bullish momentum or fundamental news that comes in favor of the Canadian dollar, that will definitely help USD CAD finish the year probably around these ranges. How do you feel about that?
Let's see how NFP this Friday plays out. Yeah, actually, it's NFP week, so I try to trade as little as possible. I don't want to get
Yes,
slashed in the consolidation.
that's true.
Uh,
Very
yes.
true. Very, very true. All right. Pretty well done, man. I got to see a little bit of your analysis. I like it. Pretty fresh, pretty simple, pretty cut and dry. Yeah, I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and stop sharing the screen and talk more about some of your performances. So, clearly, I've seen your analysis, which I appreciate. But what is your mental psychology like when it comes to days where you take losses? Like, how were you able to come back mentally from your losing days, especially as a funded trader?
So I used to have 100K funded account with Fortune's funding back in August.
Okay.
But in August, it was a very good month. Take a look back at my journal. I got 21% on in August, so that I got funded a few accounts in August, and then after August, losing streaks start coming. So
Mm,
I blown almost all of my funded accounts,
damn.
and then this is where I learned the hard way. I had to lose all
Mm,
the funded accounts, and my forex funds shut down. I also lose
ah,
my account from my forex fund. So this is where I had to learn things the hard way. So actually, I got a winning streak in August, and then a losing streak in September and October. And I tried to see my journal. What were I doing wrong? The thing is, after I um, got a losing streak, I tried to make it back, revenge trading, but not revenge trading in over trading or over leveraging. It's more of like trying to switch strategies, jumping from one to another, try to make profit outside of my trading plan and so on.
right.
So I just after 2 months, I realized that I need to come back to my old trading plan and try to revise what do I need to improve. So when I look back into my journal is very important. I see some mistakes, for example, trading news, trading other loss that are very, very bad loss. So I try to cut it. So I just gained back the consistency in November, which I only have 15 trades in November.
Wow.
So consider I'm a scalp trader, it's a very little amount. So I have been very selective. Although I have roughly about 20% win rate, but I still have a positive month for November because I try to manage my risk. And there's still a lot of room to improve because I missed some trades, and as well as I hesitate to take some trades as well. So there's a lot of areas to improve. And uh, for now, I'm just trying to stick to my old trading plan and trying to eliminate all the mistakes, and we'll see how it goes.
Wow. Very well said, bro. Sound like a brother that went through some shit and learned
Yeah,
from.
yeah,
So trust me, you're looking at somebody who's also made a lot of mistakes, and this
yes,
year was one of my most profitable years. I've definitely felt it. August was rough for a lot of traders with all this news. It almost seemed like everything was over with. And we felt
Mm.
that a lot this year, haven't we? You know, the transitions of MT4s and MT5s, the licenses being lost with, some of the brokers, the things going on with my Forex funds,
Yeah.
a lot of different, prop firms literally like denying payouts. Bro, it's been a tough year.
I've never had, no, I don't have any problems with payout with fortunes funding. I requested
That's what I wanted you to say, man.
I requested the payout on November 16, and I got deposited on the next day. So it's a quite quick process. I
So shout out
appreciate
to
that.
Fortune's Funding.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
big
that's right.
facts.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So, how much was your payout? I'm sure people are still wondering, like, man, when is he gonna answer that question?
It was not much, but I not much for everyone, but I think it's real. Just to show that it's real, it was roughly about 180. Consider it's a 10K account,
That's
so it's not much, but
18%.
it's real. And I'll just keep being consistent and trying to compound my capital. And that's it.
Bro, let me just tell you one thing. In Cambodia, $180,
Yeah.
that's a full month of hard work, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Number two, that came from a 10K account. Most people don't even know how to handle a 10K funded account because of the margins of
Hmm.
risk. That shows me you are consistent, you are profitable, and you are very conservative in your meticulous choice of operation. So, like, you literally told me that you've been very, very cut on being um, quality versus quantity. So, bro,
Yes, that's right.
congratulations, man. 18% on a 10K is the same 18% on a 100K. You needed to go through this discipline in order for you to accept the new blessings that are coming and to be able to manage it. Because,
Yes,
bro, a lottery winner is a broke man in the next couple of months or days if they don't know how to manage the capital that they just received. So,
yes.
man, I just want to see more out of you, fam. I think you're going to do amazing. You just
Thank
got to
you.
believe in yourself, block out the side noise, and focus, bro. Be the truest beast of your family that no one has ever seen in your generation because your bloodline runs deep. You got warriors in your family, bro. You got people who look up to you because you've always been that type of person who probably takes the route that most people aren't bold enough to take. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have two siblings, older brother and younger sisters.
Right.
Yeah,
And I bet you are the stubborn one in the family.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we know, we can tell, right? So you gotta embrace everything, and I think you are at this stage in your life where you are realizing that, like, if not you, then who?
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. I just want to tell you that in public. And when you're watching this, I want you to watch this video with a tear in your eye, like, man, shit. I am doing something right. No matter who says and who doesn't approve, it's you versus you. All right.
Yes, that's trading is only always use versus you. Yes.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So, as we are wrapping up this series, this episode, what would you like to send out as a message for yourself, for somebody watching, or maybe just um, for for the purpose of just realizing how far you've come?
So I think many people think it's trading takes a lot of time. For example, 3 to 5 years to make it. But I think these days there are many opportunities and knowledge and resources to learn. For example, from YouTube or Instagram, or and once you get the knowledge, you can just practice on demo just a bit, and then just purchase a challenge from a prop firm, and you can just make money out of it. And for beginners, I would really recommend you try to find a strategy that's proven to work by anyone you like, or by any traders, influencers that you follow, and try to replicate them. And obviously try to journal, especially how do you manage your trade. And when you see your journal, you'll know where you lack, where is your mistake, So as soon as you try to cut out your bad traits and trying to preserve your capital, you're one step closer to being profitable. You don't need a lot of 3 to 5 years. You can make it in 2 years if you really put the time and effort into it.
Well said, bro. Well said. And got to give kudos to you, man. Because of that, Fortune's Funding definitely wants to thank you by granting you a free 25K challenge on the behalf of Fortune's Funding. We just want to let you know, man. Merry Christmas, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
absolutely. So they will be reaching out to you, and then you'll be able to access your 25K challenge evaluation account as a token of gratitude because you deserve it. You deserve it. And man, I know you've been able to manage school and trading. I don't even know how you did it because I definitely skipped a couple homework just staying up for London session. How has that been?
Mhm. Back in January, I tried to wake up at 6 a.m. trying to scalp trade pre-London and London. It was not good for me because I was really sleepy before going to class, and then I tried to switch strategies to fit my lifestyle, to fit my daily routine. So I find this one very it aligns with my schedule, and this time it's very busy in the school. Exams are coming up, but I still managed to. I'm trying to manage to make it.
Absolutely, bro. Prioritize your school, man. I know mom would appreciate me saying that. So, anyways, bro, good luck on your exams and keep your head up. All right, you
Thank
have a
you.
bright future ahead of you, and we are so honored to have been able to hear your story today. So that's it for me. Thank you for being such a great guest and
Thank
interview. The interview pretty much came with your flavor in mind. So if you guys are still watching thus far, thank you for watching. Sir Hans Felix signing out, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, bro. Much love.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.